Hey all, Sim here with another video, and today we are looking at 10 things Dead by Daylight needs. Now before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know this list isn't in any particular order, and this is totally subjective. These are all my own opinions. I would love to hear what you guys agree or disagree with about in the comments, or if you have other ideas that I didn't include in my list. So, coming in at number 1, I think Dead by Daylight needs more emotes and gestures. Apparently DBD Mobile already has 2 extras, an approve and a disapprove, so I just think this would be a really cool feature. Emotes just add for more fun, variety, they can sometimes help with communication, and it's just a nice thing to add. So I think this is a no-brainer. People would love more emotes in Dead by Daylight. Coming in at number 2, Jason Voorhees. Again, another big no-brainer. This obviously, the license is a bit dicey, but I think this would be such an awesome addition for Dead by Daylight. He'd be the last iconic slasher horror movie icon for DBD to add. According to Michael Cote from various interviews, he does really want to add Jason Voorhees, but where I mentioned before this license being quite dicey, may not come in the near future, but hopefully at one point we'll get lucky and get Jason Voorhees added to Dead by Daylight. Alright, number 3 on this list. New game modes. I already did make a video about this if you guys want to check it out for more details, but I think new game modes would be one of the most biggest change that DBD could do to really change the gameplay and make it more fun, add a lot of new variety. We need new game modes. It's been, 7 years of DBD? Most multiplayer games have different modes that you can play, LTMs, stuff like that. So yeah, Dead by Daylight, it really needs new game modes. This would help so much. Alright, number 4. This kind of ties into my last one, but I think a proper ranked queue with seasonal rewards would go really hard in DBD. It's no secret people love to be competitive in DBD. I think most players probably are casual, but there's a large number of competitive players. There's tournaments, there's people that host scrims like Tofu, Hens, all this kind of stuff. So I think a proper rank queue with rewards could even potentially bring in new players. People like to be competitive and show off their ranks and stuff like this, so I feel like this is just a great addition and would really help. Also, it'd make the solo queue casual mode that we all know and love probably a little more chill. Most of the sweaty people would go into the ranked mode instead. Alright, number 5. Accessibility options. Now, big W from DBD, we did get the FOV slider coming in the current PTB, and as well we had the visual heart radius added, which is really cool, but there's still a lot of issues. Like we got Clown, cause people to have motion sickness, or Doctor, we have the Plague and other killers that can create various phobias, so more accessibility options would be just great. Allowing more people to play the game and have fun is just always a W, so hopefully in the future we can keep getting more accessibility options added to Dead by Daylight. Alright, number 6. I thought it'd be cool to have more items in this game. Now I'm not sure exactly what they could do, maybe they'd be too strong, I don't know, but more items would add a lot of value to the game, and it'd just be really cool. Maybe a shank, like a one-time type of decisive use. Perhaps you could set wire traps maybe for temporary aura readings, stuff like this. I'm not really sure, but if they could find a way to add more items, I think this would be really, really awesome. Alright, coming in at number 7. Spectator options for customs. Now, this may not seem like a big deal because not that many players are competitive, as I mentioned before, but when you think about it, when there is tournaments, when big creators like Ots or Hens are hosting tournaments and they aren't really very nice to watch, they're kind of scuffed, there's spectator bugs, all kinds of weird things, it doesn't look good for the game. So I think a proper spectator option for customs would just be so awesome for the game in general. It'd be great for creators, great for showcasing Dead by Daylight to a wider audience when they do events and reveals and stuff like this. So I think honestly, a spectator option's kind of a bigger deal than they let on to be. So I think this would be a great help for Dead by Daylight. Alright, coming in at number 8. I think we need more universal perks for new players, maybe even add some of the earlier DLC as base game. DBD is a big game, it's very hard to get into, there's so many DLCs, and a lot of the starting perks aren't really great for making proper builds with, leading for you to buy or have to grind for many hours, sometimes even thousands of hours to get the perks that you actually want to get for your build. So I think either reworking some of the current perks that we have, or maybe adding new universal starting perks for players, and like I said, maybe making some of the DLCs, like the older ones, free or part of the base game would be a great thing that they could do. Okay, number 9. This has been something a lot of people want, cross progression. Like I said, this game is 7 years old, we still don't have cross progression. Pretty much almost every multiplayer game I can think of has this feature, and I can think of so many people that have switched consoles, didn't really want to play anymore, they didn't want to regrind, or they feel stuck. It's very frustrating. Maybe you want to get a new computer, maybe you want to get a computer and you're coming from console, and you have to start again. There's so many cosmetics, and there's a lot of exclusives people can't get again with DBD, so this seems like something simple. It would make so many people happy. I bet we'd see a lot of people returning to play the game as well that could access their old accounts again. So I think, yeah, cross progression, huge no-brainer. We hopefully will get it at some point. I know it's been mentioned before, but it is something Dead by Daylight really and truly does need right now. All right, and finally, last but not least, number 10 on the list is dynamic levels. Now, I'm not sure if DBD's engine could handle this, but I always thought it would be cool to see like maybe a level on a train, like the Resident Evil Zero train, maybe levels on a boat, so it's like kind of a more dynamic background. Maybe you could see some water, different weather effects, moving backgrounds. I think this could add a lot of cool variety to the game. Maybe they could make certain mechanics based off these for those certain levels, kind of how we have the in the alien ship, there's the secret room, or Nostromo, sorry, there's the secret room, and there's like the vents you can use to slow down the killer. So maybe more dynamic levels like this with water, different effects, different kind of maybe new level specific mechanics could be really cool. And maybe even potentially if we did get this 2v8 or 5v5 new game modes as mentioned, we'll get these bigger type maps for these types of playstyles. So this is the 10 things that I think Dead by Daylight needs. All right, with that out of the way, I just wanted to add a few honorable mentions. I'd love to see some more quality of life changes. For example, I've always wanted to be able to level Killer while on Survivor or Survivor while on Killer. I think this would be great. Maybe add blood point filters, so just say you want beams, but you want to auto level, you want toolboxes, you could kind of just filter out what you would like in the blood web. I mean, we've already seen a lot of great blood web changes, but some more would be pretty awesome. Honestly, I'd like to see Freddy get a rework. He feels just a little bit underwhelming. He's so powerful in the movies. Obviously, we can't have all his powers. He'd be way too OP, just like many of the other killers, like Nemesis with a rocket launcher, for example. But I think Freddy, maybe even Myers, some of the older killers, get a little bit of love. The licensed killers, they should be, I think, a little more powerful. I don't know. When you think of Myers and Freddy especially, they are very imposing, powerful figures, but when you get them in game, Freddy especially, kind of a little lackluster. I still enjoy playing him from time to time, but I do think he could use some love. Also, Pyramid Head add-ons, come on. Like, come on, for real. They're all so bad except for the range ones. If you don't run the range ones, like, I literally don't see any Pyramid Heads running anything but that. So, yeah, we need some love for his add-ons. And last but not least, on a personal note, I would love to see Spine Chill come back. I love the version that actually affect your vaults. It would give you 2 to 4 to 6% vaulting speed with other stuff as well, as you see on screen. But yeah, that'd be a sick change. I miss that perk. I don't think it was that OP. Bring back old Spine Chill, and yeah, that's it for the honorable mentions. Well, that's everything we got to talk about in this video, so thank you everyone so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I want to thank all the most recent subs for giving the channel a chance. So I'd love to hear what you guys think down below in the comments, if you agree, disagree, what things you would like to see or think Dead by Daylight needs. And yeah, make sure to drop a like if you can as well to help the algorithm. And everyone, love y'all and have a great night.
Let's go, too easy, dude. Give me that crown.